What just happened? Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for, oh shoot, what just happened? I may need to, oh, there we go. Not sure what was happening there, but now I think you guys have us back. Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Friday, October 18th. Jeannie is preparing for her live stream. What are you live streaming today, Jeannie?
Today is the day we finish Quilty Christmas. And we are going to be working on, and it was the last minute, like I sent my email out last night, at the very last minute. I was like, oh my God, I never sent that email out. So hopefully people will be joining. But I'm going to be doing gingerbread cookies, which is the last of the little small quilts from A Quilty Christmas. So it's going to be this right here that we're going to be doing. And I think it's going to be, I have no idea actually. Just looking at it makes me go, I think it's going to be fast. It's not like these are super heavy, intense embroideries like this.
Wow.
This was 2 hours.
Well, so what did you say it was stitching wise? Was it 54 hours of stitching? Is that what you told me when I got home last night?
I looked at my stitch count or my number of hours from when I first oiled until this stitched, and it was 58 hours of stitching. But
and that's on a 10 needle moving fast.
On my 10 needle. On my 10 needle, and I did have at least three throwaway. Like I did one, and when I got to the end, I looked at it, I went, oh, my snow is blue. That's not right. So I did have, and this one I checked and double checked. I did film it because it was 26 color changes. I did it at my 10 needle, and I filmed it in case there are people that don't know how to put in your stops, when to put in stops, you know, when to program your color changes. I don't always do 10 whole colors at a time. Sometimes I'll do 5 and put a stop in, because depending on what colors are already on top of my multi-needle, what's coming up, I look at all of that. It can be confusing too. So hopefully I don't confuse anybody. But next step will be putting it all together. Aren't these beautiful? So it's the...
That is gorgeous. A stitch dense tiling scene too.
It is stitched.
It was dense, like all stitching.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stitching here. If you are interested in doing a tile scene, but you're not ready to commit to 55 hours of stitching, which is probably like what it came out to be, I am going to be doing, where did I put it? I'm going to be doing the Donna Gilsinger stocking. And even with this, I don't think I'm going to be doing should I do something less intensive? This is 1, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 different tiles put together. That might be a little bit more manageable for some of you if you are interested in doing a tiling scene. But I'm gonna stitch this. I don't know if I'm gonna stitch the whole thing live, because even this is probably gonna be maybe like some of these. I'd say this is gonna be a 10-hour project. Stitching might not be quite as much as that, but
how do you think that translates to like somebody doing it on their Solaris or their Luminaire? Because they always say that stitch time on the Solaris and Luminaire is actually faster, because the satin stitch doesn't slow down. So what, like, do you, like, if you think it's 10 hours on your 10 needle, would you give 11 hours or 12 hours for a single needle just because the thread changes?
I have no idea. I've never done it on, I've never done one of these on my sit down. So I'd be guessing. I don't know. Maybe what they're going to have is they'll have color changes. And though that doesn't take long, I don't know. Maybe it'll be the same amount of time. We could do the poinsettia instead because I think that's going to be less time intensive. But come on, is that like so beautiful? This one, I just like. We have every time I walk into the store, I stitched out Enchanted Santa, and I just look at that and think, wow, that is
like literally
really
last night
beautiful.
when you were leaving the store, there are 2 tiling scenes over there, and we were talking about how pretty they are. Do you want to give them a sneak peek of what's going on in your sewing room?
Not that bad, but I did move. Okay, let's see if you can see.
Can you switch the camera?
Oh wait, that's the wrong direction, huh? Let me see. Can I switch my direction?
Yeah.
Okay, my laptop is set over there. But on that wall, my 10 needle used to be over there, and I moved it. And I just put, those are like little IKEA shelves that I brought home a machine from the store. And my Martelli cutting table I put over here, which I really like because now I can kind of drag it around wherever I want to put it. I still have my my regular unique table here with my, is this how big of a cabinet
That's a
is this, Patrick?
33-inch companion chest.
It's a what? What? Look how messy. I know.
That's a 33-inch companion chest.
33-inch companion chest with the leaf, and then this one opened up with the leaf. Just imagine an Avenier right here, because that's what it's going to be like. My koala table is right there. I don't want to show this, Patrick.
Okay,
and
then stop.
I moved my 2 cabinets over there. I have 2 cabinets, the unique cabinets, that used to live over here, and I moved them over there because my 10 needle, which was over there, I moved my 10 needle over here, and then I decided to move my 10 needle in the laundry room, which, I mean, has made the biggest difference because, wait, I'm trying to get this off of, I'm embarrassed. There we go. I'm embarrassed that you saw that, but oh well.
So,
part of my therapy.
So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do another unique video because how much do you love your unique furniture?
Oh my God. I mean, what I love about it is that it's modular because in this spot that I'm standing, this is like in front of me is where I used to have my koala. And don't get me wrong, I loved my koala and it was a beautiful piece of furniture. I love the versatility of my unique furniture and that I went, you know what? I just moved this out of my sewing room. So how can I make this more usable? And then I just shuffled everything around. So, and I said, Patrick, can you help me do this now? And he didn't want to. And you know what? I did it myself. He did help me. Don't get me wrong. He helped me move my my thread. But
Wait, when did you?
What?
I can't remember saying no, but that's okay.
Yeah, you were sitting right on the couch, not moving. Well, I was moving all the furniture around you. You were watching TV or something.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I wasn't
and
even
I was
paying
like,
attention.
I can do this myself. I moved my surgery. That was right before you told me you didn't think it was gonna work.
So
you're like, I don't know about that.
Well, I couldn't. I lacked your vision. So
what I love is I love modular. I love the idea of not having a huge piece that takes up this space that, God forbid we ever move, we're going to have to hire a piano mover to move. Because Patrick and I can move everything. And most of it, I can move myself. And look at me. I'm very small and weak. I'm weak. and I can do it. So that to me is, yeah, I love it. I come down here and I just love my space. And I think that's important, right? Because this is where I am a lot.
So I'm going to address a couple of questions and then we got to figure out what we're talking about today. So Joanne says stitch time should be the same if both machines are stitching at the same time or at the same speed. And the only reason that that's not true, Joanne, is the Solaris and Luminaire, and soon to be the Avenier moves even faster, are the only machines that don't modify their stitch speed. Like it's I don't think it stays at 1,050 stitches per minute, but it they do their satin stitches much faster than all the other machines, including the 10 needle. So the 10 needle slows down to like 400 stitches per minute or 500 stitches per minute for a satin stitch. And what that comes down to is processing power. There's a lot of instructions going on with a machine as they're doing complicated, like close stitching. And the Solaris and Luminaire don't slow down. So they actually, even if you have them both set to 1,050 stitches per minute, the Solaris and the Luminaire are faster. The Avenier is even faster. Like there was a video from when I was in New Jersey where they had an Avenier set up just to do satin stitches, and it was moving at the full 1,050 stitches per minute, and it was silent. That was the craziest thing. Is it was behind me and I didn't even know it was there. I said something to the guy. I was talking to the head of engineering, and I was looking at the construction of the embroidery unit, and I was like, this thing must be silent. And he's like, there's a machine at full speed behind you. And I didn't even know. Like it's that quiet. Like you could hear that there was a machine there, but I wouldn't have. It was crazy quiet. So and then Ms. Green asks, between servicing, do I oil anything on my Destiny? And really, the answer to that, I'm comfortable saying no. But there's really not a spot for you to oil. If you ask my techs sometimes will say you can put a single drop of oil in the center of your hook. So that would mean you removed your bobbin case, and if you look at the center of your hook, you see a pin. You could put a single drop of oil there, because that's maybe the highest wear part of the machine. But the challenge there is that in our experience, or in my experience, I think customers over oil. A single drop of oil goes a long way in these machines, given their design. And you run the possibility, like every now and then somebody's like, can I oil my needle bar? You can. That's another high wear part of the machine. But really when it gets dry, like you're going to know the machine doesn't sound right. Like, and that's why we give you those service intervals. And that's why there's a service interval for both time and stitch count. So, and then, plus you still have to change threads on the flatbed. So one of the marketing points, that's true, but one of the marketing points for the Solaris and the Luminaire was completing designs at the same time or faster than the multi-needles. And once again, I think that goes down to the fact that they will complete the stitches faster. And then April makes a comment about being so tempted about the new machine. I spoke to somebody yesterday about who's kind of on the fence between Luminaire or Avenier. This is the only thing I'm going to say about it, right? So some of you look at the new machine and you go, that's just a feature I won't use. And so in my experience, which is now 10 years in owning the store, the biggest thing is FOMO. And so if you were on the fence about the new machine and it's financially feasible for you, here's what's going to happen. Once we are through our massive wave of classes just teaching you how to use the new machine, teaching the people that buy the used Luminaires and Solarises, you're going to start seeing classes where people will go, what machine do you have to have? And the answer is going to be, you need to have an Avenier or Radiance. Because the machines do things that the other machines don't. So it's just one of those things where, you know, if now's not the right time, that's fine. But I think you will get to a point where I'm just trying to see. Like this, for example, is a stitch out of a Mickey done in picture play. So, you know.
You should show them those stitch out, because I was like, that fish was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go through it maybe on Tuesday. Like, we'll actually go through them.
Can they see the cutout of the Avenier behind you? We put it up there behind you.
It's there. So the you know, the biggest thing is, and this is what I was trying to explain to the customer, like my hesitancy when somebody tells me they're on the fence and they're evaluating both machines and selling the Luminaire. The Luminaire is an amazing machine. It's great, but it will be one of those things where you're gonna see curated stuff that Michelle is doing that involves picture play or features in the new machine, and that FOMO's real. FOMO is real. So let's see. That's the old days.
I always know that at A1 we try to include as many of the machines.
Yeah, we'll totally try not to exclude, but the reality is when you have a machine that does what other machines don't do, then you know, that's that. So yeah, you know, somebody asked about MSRP of the new machine. I don't think we're actually allowed to post MSRP, although I think you and I have already had that conversation, Alice, and I'm happy to answer that question for you. 20,000+ is an easy way to say it. So so let's talk very quickly about used machines. I kind of have a lineup for the remaining Luminaires in the store right now, and I'm ironing that out over the next 2 days.
Don't forget about the list. I have a list.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to be on that list for a used, and you know, I've talked about maybe doing like a $200 deposit on used machines. With used machines, what I'm learning too is there's right times and wrong times. Like I have had conversations with people that are just like, it's just not the right time. I can wait until December. So I don't think I'm going to do a deposit scenario on the used machines, just because we'll go down the list and people will have right of first refusal. I do have a gently used Destiny 2 in the store right now. I have like a 2000D in the store right now. I have
Triumph Innovation.
An Aventura. And I think it's an Aventura 2. I have both a used Triumph and a used Ovation that are barely used, like customers that bought those machines and just didn't use them. And so we're beginning to see the machines, like trade-in machines for the Avenier, or like people that are preparing for the Avenier, are arriving in the store right now. So it's a good time to talk used machines with me. And then once again, I mentioned it the other day. I do have, and I found another one. I think I said I only had one, but when I went back and kind of went through the machines in the back, I actually have 2 remaining NQ3550Ws that I can sell at 2,000. So that's $499 better than the current Brother special on those machines, which is already amazing. What I keep saying about that machine is that's like buying a 1350 but getting 6x10 embroidery with it. It's kind of a no-brainer at $2,000. And then I have about 5 of the SE 700s still available. So Joanne Simone asks, on the smaller sewing machines, if I want Disney, is it better to get a 3700D with loaded Disney or the 3550W and purchase Disney? That comes down to 2 questions, Joanne. How much Disney do you want? Do you want it to cut jump stitches? Because I don't know if the
3550 cuts jump.
I'm not sure if it does. Like, I would want to confirm
Sarah was
that.
here last night, and she says it does.
Who was?
Sarah Dubois.
Oh, it does cut jump stitches. Okay, I was concerned that it didn't.
Yeah, I think it cuts the SE 700 does not cut for sure.
Well, in the SE 1700E, which is the other kind of 6x10 machines that I think people see at Walmart and stuff like that, definitely does not. So, and then it comes down to screen size and price point. So, you know, a fantastic price on a 3700 is going to be closer to $4,000. For half that price, you get a very similar machine. So price point is the big question. And then screen size. Like I've had several people, even when the 3550 was available, we've sold several 3700s recently because of screen size. And so, but a really good time right before the holidays to start getting stacked on good used machines. Like, it's exciting for us too, because I'm excited about the used machines that we have in the store. So, and I have both available. Like, I can ship them immediately. And Jeannie got a used machine, like a 3600, which still has the bigger screen but doesn't have wireless. And that's the thing about the current lineup of the Brother machines. Like, when you factor in Artspira and what Artspira does, it's awesome. All right. So, will there be a thread kit for the Janine Babbage project?
Okay. Let's talk about that. So, last night, I haven't done a Janine Babbage in a while. So, I am writing down, I wish I could show you the one that I finished, but I can't because it's covered over. But this is going to be the lighter colorway. And I wrote out all the colors that I've used. There's a lot of colors. Like, I don't think I'm going to put a thread kit together because I want to say I've probably used like 12, maybe 15 different colors. Here's the little turkey. But I will send you the threadless color. If you want it, I mean, I guess I could put something together. You can't see it right here, but this is like the cornucopia underneath that. It is really, really cute. The darker colorway is, where do I have that? So if you want to get the lighter colorway, that's what you're going to get. No ribbon. Know that I did not put in the ribbon, but it's going to have the fusible. I think the things I want to point out that this is not going to have the ribbon, just because I was like stressed out about figuring out what ribbon to put in there. So you're going to have to do your own ribbon. Does not have shape flex. If you're getting the light colorway, you're going to need shape flex behind this cream fabric. and it does not have stabilizer. You're going to need like a cutaway, and so mine doesn't have that. The other colorway is going to look pretty much just like this. It's going to have this dark fabric. I just got my shipping confirmation that should be here Tuesday, so I will ship out on Tuesday as long as we can get them all cut. Everything else is ready to go. We have it ready to go. We're just waiting for that fabric right there. So you will not need Shapeflex for this one because this is so dark. You need it for this because the background fabric shadows through the cream. Okay? So those three things are not in there. Shapeflex, your stabilizer, your ribbon. You'll have enough in the kit to do 2. So there's enough fabric, because you guys said you like extras. So there's like half yard of this, fat quarter of this, and then you'll have fat 16th of the applique fabric. And you're going to have the fusible stabilizer in there, the Thermolan plus whatever that stuff is called. So did that answer your question? Did I answer the question? Oh, thread kit.
Thread kit.
So no thread kit, but I will provide a thread list with the exact colors that I'm using, and I'm using Glide. Hopefully that answered that.
Okay. And then, so Lady Fair asks if you saw her email about the bob and wide.
I did, Lady Fair, and I was thinking about you, thinking, I need to tell her today. Yes, I got that. So yes, I have that.
Okay. And then Dudica asks about sublimation printers. I think we sold one online last night, and I had 2 in the store. One went home yesterday, so that one's spoken for. I will have more sublimation printers. I need to order sublimation printers and scan and cuts. I'm going to wait until Monday just to see if what I sell over the weekend. But I would have them, like I ordered machines on Tuesday this past week. I had the machines on Thursday. So it takes me about 2-3 days to get them, and they are available and in stock. So Dudica, if you want one, you can buy one online. They're on the website, and I would ship it to you like Thursday or Friday of next week, probably. Krista asks, how far are we from Tahoe? So the store is about 45 to 50 minutes away from Incline Village. But it depends upon where you are in Tahoe. So we saw Cindy Kakatani yesterday.
Yeah.
Great to put a face to the name and meet Cindy yesterday. Thanks for making the journey. She came up from South Lake, which is probably more like an hour and a half. And that's conservative. Like you don't have to drive like I do, where Jeannie's screaming and holding onto the doors.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm going to die. And everyone in the car feels like they're going to die. And then Patrick gets out to fill up the gas tank, and we all look at each other like, oh, my God, I'm so thankful we just survived that. That's real. That is real, Patrick.
I'm convinced that people make up stuff to be scared of. So, and then Krista also asks, so it depends upon where you are, Krista. We're probably, like the store itself is probably an hour from Truckee, hour and 15, hour and 20 from Tahoe City, hour and a half from South Lake. So it depends upon where you are. Do you have the hanger with the crown rather than the flower?
Oh, I think I have one more in the store, but I just ordered 4 more. I think they were I think they were in back order. I think there's one more in the store. So just call and Lori can pull that aside for you. So
Shelly, who is coming from Pie Shop, says it's an hour and 10 minutes, to which I say, you drive like me, Shelly.
Oh my God.
Yes, Dudica, that is absolutely fine. So we're going to see Dudica today. When are you going to be back in the store? Because you've got to meet Dudica too. 2 o'clock. So, yeah. So, okay. So Krista wants the crown hanger.
Okay. Can you just grab it? And pull it aside?
I think Lori's grabbing it right now.
I think it's sitting right in front of you. Yeah?
Oh. No?
That's it.
Is that
No.
it?
That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
So, all right. So, what else do we need to talk about before we run off to work and do our thing? We have no question for today. Do we have a question for today?
We don't. We have no question for today. We're unprepared. We're retired. So
We're retired.
We're tired. I was tired, super tired. So
Jeannie was like, "You're in a good mood this morning."
Patrick was in such a good mood. He might as well have been like tap dancing or something. He was like, just so smiley.
You know what it
and
was?
happy.
It was my salutation to the sun. It was sunny out today. I went out. I got my photons on my retinas, releasing
that makes me angry just to think about the sun
released
shining in my face this morning.
my hormones and woke me up.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, if you were, if he tried to drag me into the sun one day, I was like a vampire, like hissing. I was so not happy about that. But oh, I want to remind you, don't forget, we have the trunk show on Monday, and there's a newsletter going out tonight, and it has the codes on it for Lindsay Sudar's her Etsy store and the whatchamacallit. Why can I not think? And there's a discount code on there, so you can go on and start shopping. And then on Monday, those of you that are local can come in, and you have from 10 to 2 o'clock to come in and touch, feel, and get your fabric. But I think my favorite was that whatever, I don't even know the names of them, that black fabric that I was wearing, it was just so amazing. And everyone that came in, I was like, touch my pants, feel these. These are so, it felt so good. So get some knits to sew on, and we'll be working with them with that legging class. And she sent me all the information, so this weekend I will be putting up the legging class.
So
I think it's going to be the 15th or the 14th, something like that.
So,
yes,
and so I know you just said it, but just one more time, reminder on, in case anybody kind of blanked out on that whole thing like I did. What time is the trunk show?
10 to 2.
And
10
then,
to 2. And if you can't make it, you can always shop online. And that, like I said, on Monday or today, Christine will send out the newsletter, and all the information will be there.
so it sounds like Krissa would like 2 of the crown hangers. You have 2 or you don't? So
check on the wall, because maybe we do, but I don't think I have 2.
okay, will you just make a note?
Let me look, Krista, when I get home.
Okay, when you get to the store, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a sew along today that'll start at 10:30. You think?
Yep.
And what are we doing today? Because somebody was asking.
Oh, I just finished this. While we were doing that, I was sewing on my cutie patootie little button. But this was the last one we did. This is Quilty Christmas, and this one is Quilty Wishes. So this was the third. There's 4 in Quilty Christmas. It's a wall gallery. So we just finished this. Today, what we're going to be stitching is we are going to be stitching gingerbread. What's the name of it? It's called gingerbread something. Gingerbread cookies is the name of it. And we're just going to be doing the embroidery. I doubt that we'll get to putting it all together, but I think it's going to be quick, and I might just be here for like 2.5 hours. And if you are not doing this with us, I always encourage people to just join us for a sit and sew. Set some time aside for yourself. We usually have fun conversation. It's just fun, and it's a good time for you to just like sit and sew and work on. There's some people who are at work and they join us. So I will not name names, but yeah, just sign on. Once this is over, at 10:30, I'm just going to log on. It'll just be a YouTube live, so you don't need a Zoom link or anything. You'll just log on.
And then Pam Shep said, what's your favorite thread would be a great question. I think we've asked that before, but do you have like an add-on?
That is a great question, though. I don't know if we have asked that. Let's ask that.
Okay, so there is a question for the day. And what are we doing for our giveaway? Do you have anything in mind?
I have a special giveaway in honor of, because don't forget, this is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I think the month is so appropriate because, like, it's something that touches so many people's lives. But I have a special kind of geared towards breast cancer giveaway for next week.
Oh, so you have something in mind, but you don't want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, I have something in mind. And this week we gave away that lovely sewing machine, which we
gave away a vacuum.
Yet, but I mean vacuum for Miss Shelley Buckingham. So as soon as that comes in, Shelley, we'll send that off to you.
And, okay, so the question of the day and the way this works, if there's anybody new, is what's happening over here is live chat. Don't answer there. You're going to answer down below after the live stream ends. And if you don't watch live, you can always add your comment. We use a random comment picker on Tuesday. If you're out of town, you have to pay for the shipping of the item. We'll send the item to you at no charge, but you have to actually pay to get it to you. And the question of the day is, do you have a favorite brand of thread and why?
I want to know what it is for sewing, embroidery, and serging, or whatever like specialty you're into. Like, I love to do this with my cross stitch. I love to do this with my serger. I love to do this with my bind. So just be like, when I'm binding, this is the thread I always use. When I'm quilting is really good too, because I know when I started like on my long arm, I didn't know what to get, and I was surprised at how many people use Glide. I was like shocked. I was like, wow. And this could be good for other people to hear too, because a lot of times they're like, I don't know what thread I should be using. Like when I piece, I am Deco Bob all the way. When I'm doing my binding, if I can do it, I use a variegated 2D. I just love the way it looks. So you could be specific for your application, because that always helps people.
So Cindy West says it's National Chocolate Cupcake Day.
Yes!
I think tomorrow should be National Patrick Goes Ride Brown Pow in the morning or after work. Maybe Jeannie will let him.
No.
Day?
No.
That isn't that a thing? There's a holiday for everything.
No, it's not.
All right.
After work. Yeah, you can do that after work.
Okay. All right. Have a great day. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Remember the question: what is your favorite thread for what application and why? And that'll happen down below after the live stream ends. Okay. Jeannie, if you need help figuring out your headset, call me.
I'm on it.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye.
All right. I will see you guys in maybe, what time is it?
10:11.
Oh, 20 minutes. Okay.
All right.
I'll see everyone in 20 minutes.